I believe in the Second Amendment and our right to bear arms. I think that it is very important in America to own a gun. Many people in America use guns for protection and in shooting competitions. If a homeowner owns a gun, they can stop somebody from breaking into their house and hurting their family. With using a gun, a homeowner is able to make sure that their family is safe. Some people even use guns in shooting competitions. This can lead to many benefits in the Army if they place national in some of the competitions and can even lead to shooting scholarships at some colleges. But there is no way to deny that gun violence has become a plague in this country. We need to address this, but I do not agree that the right way to fix this is by taking all the guns away. We just need to have a better gun control. The fact is that it is just way too easy for criminals and people with mental health issues to get their hands on guns. I wish that this wasn't the case, but in reality, in the country that we live in, it is. I do not think that the gun laws are doing a good enough job to stop madmen from getting their hands on guns. Think I think that we need a better gun control instead of taking guns away completely. We need to monitor the way that people are getting guns. We need to make sure that when people are buying guns, that they are buying them for themselves, and that they are not buying them to go give to someone or to trade. The most common way for people to get guns is from a friend or a family member. Obtaining guns from family members and friends make up about 35% of the ways people are getting guns. We also should make it to where people cannot trade or sell guns to flea markets, pawn shops, and retail stores. The reason I say this is because that anyone can go into these stores and buy a gun. Many of these places do not check to see if people have committed past crimes with guns or if they are capable to own a gun. Obtaining guns from flea markets, pawn shops, or retail stores make up about one-fifth of the ways people are getting guns. In the graph I'm about to show, it will tell you about all the ways that people are obtaining guns and the ones that I have talked about. I think that we should also need to do a check on the mental status of the people that are wanting to buy the guns. People with mental issues can go into a pawn shop and buy a gun if they want it. Many of these people are no, unable to tell right from wrong and should not be able to own a gun. They could do something with a gun that they think is right, but it is really wrong. For example, like killing somebody. We also need to limit and monitor the guns that people can own. This will cut down on the amount of guns that are stolen. Each year there is estimated around 230,000 guns stolen in home burglaries and property crimes, according to the study of the Department of Justice. If we can cut down on the amount of guns stolen, it can stop the amount of crimes going on and can save many people's lives. Many of the guns stolen are used in mass shootings and home invasions. Many of the shooters have obtained their guns illegally, which is extremely horrible to have to say. These people should have never been able to get their hands on guns. Even though there aren't as many mass shooters that got their guns illegally, many of them still have got them. And I think that we should do all that we can to stop this from happening again. The next chart I'm going to show you will show you how many mass shooters have got their guns illegally and legally. I think that if we start to limit the amount of guns and have better control over the guns that people can own, it will stop the amount of mass shootings. We need to make sure that people with mental issues will not be able to buy guns, and that we need to keep track of who all own guns so that if anything ever happens, we can make sure we can find them quickly. This can help for a better future in America. But if we do not get a better gun control, they might eventually take the guns away, and many people in America would not like that. Not all people are going to use guns for bad. Many of them want to keep the guns to protect their families and to compete in competitions and help them for a better future in the military or college. We should make a better gun control so that we can stop people from dying. There are a ton of people that die a year from getting guns illegally, and that should never happen. And many of the people that commit shootings get their guns legally and have mental issues. This should never be allowed for them. It should never be allowed for them to get guns. And this needs to change. And I think doing all this will help change the gun control for the better of the nation.